Good everyone, and welcome to today's bonus video, and today it's just a very brief bonus video. Today I'm simply going to mention the stuff I plan to spade and review from patch 1.91. Now there are very few aircraft that I don't plan to cover. I've been deciding write a script for this whole thing because I've done 3 recordings of this news sort of thing. And I just don't really know how to explain it, but essentially, the original plan was to seek to enlist. However, I decided to throw that list out the window, except for a couple. So, what do I mean by a list? Well, to put it briefly, the original plan was to not review the copy-paste stuff. However, I just think that's just being a bit dumb. And obviously, people who go down the Chinese tech tree are gonna want to learn about the specific vehicles from an experienced player. Now, I don't claim to be the best player in the world, never have, never will be. I'm just a reasonable player. But I think if I cover the stuff that I do review, obviously the P40, I'm not going to cover because I've done that before. But other than that, everything else in the Chinese tech tree is pretty much open to spade and review. Because obviously I haven't covered them on the channel before. The only exception, other than the P40E1, which I still need to research, I'm researching the DB3A, which, oh my god, there's a severe weakness. I'll have to show it at the end of the video. Um, if I remember. So just, if I don't remember, I'll literally do a bonus video of literally showing you for about 30 seconds what the biggest weakness on that thing is. But the PB4Y is probably the only other aircraft that I'm not going to cover because I have been spading it in the American tree. Where is it? There it is. With Killer Tigger. Obviously, I've only got down the weaponry line. I ain't got down the engine line because this thing slows balls anyway. But um, I actually had a lot of fun with this thing with Killer Tigger. So Killer Tigger, if you happen to watch this video, pal, I'd love to fly this thing more with you because well, we had a blast. That's for certain. But anyway, other than that, obviously China is open to videos. Um, Other exceptions, I-16 Type 5 may not be reviewed. Same with the Type 10, because I've basically already covered those. For tanks, M8 LEC, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Chihakai, that is, well, let's start with this. I believe it is Saturday's video? Because obviously I'm recording on a Thursday. I think I'm right in saying it's the Saturday video. I can't fucking remember. I could check. I could literally just tab out and check the Discord, but I can't be asked. But I will cover the Chihokai because obviously I haven't. I've only done a battle in it and just said yeah, it's a great tank. But just saying it's a great tank doesn't mean it's going to be a fun spade now, does it? Other than that, the M10 will most likely not be covered. But other than that, obviously the IS2, I'm not going to cover because, well, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Other things, Ori 2005, going to cover that in a video at some point. And the Oswin 2, going to cover that at some point. But that is pretty much that. Like I say, I'm going to be doing a first flight on the H81 soon enough. It's just, it takes the fucking piss to get a battle. It honestly does. But now that I'm pretty confident in saying that my list is out the window, I can now get some shit recorded. Because, well, these last few days have been very busy, obviously. I came back from Edinburgh on the Sunday night. Obviously, I let people know in the Discord. I came back a bit early because, well, Borderlands 3. My mum was cool with it. She basically wanted to come back as well. But I had a lovely time in Edinburgh for those of you who are interested. For some reason, Jane kept mentioning about stabbing in the Discord server. Don't worry about it, it gets shanked. I'm not being funny, I have to get through the rolls first on my belly and all that. Everywhere else is pretty much knife. It's gonna go right through. Jokes aside, I didn't get shanked. No one got shanked. And I'm not being funny. There's been more shankings in Nottingham than there have been in Edinburgh. I mean, these last few days, there's been, I think, three shankings. And if you don't know what shanking means, it's a prison term, but essentially it means a stabbing. Um, there's been an awful lot of that in Nottingham recently, so I have had to be a bit more aware. Um, there was a guy who was hit by a bus yesterday and was pretty much killed instantly, as far as I'm aware. Um, so there's been a lot that's been causing me to be a lot more aware. So sometimes at night, I will literally just walk home like I'm a Spec Ops operative and just check my six, check my nine, check my three, and check everywhere because I'm just cautious. But you don't need to hear about how I become a Spec Ops operative. Um, so don't worry, I'm not gonna get shanked yet. I've got a friend of mine who pretty much only wants to do that when she gets tired of me. So that's already been a running joke for the last year. Um, and well, that's just basically what I want to tell you today. So I've come back from Edinburgh, my batteries are recharged, I'm ready to do some War Thunder. I've spaded around about 7 aircraft in China so far. I've spaded both reserve tanks just to pass a bit of extra time. Um, and yeah, so obviously H81 will be coming in a video at some point. Same with the Hawk 3, that will be. But everything else, such as the copy paste trigger, I will cover in a video because I haven't actually reviewed Sukovsky's trigger yet, which I'm a muppet for doing so. But anyway, brief news video over and done with. Third attempt. But hey ho, I've thrown my list out the window. I'm going to delete off my notes. I'm just going to cover everything. Obviously, with the very few exceptions, just the Chinese P40E. Obviously, not this because this is technically a P40B, I think. But other than that, that's it for today on the bonus front, and I will see you all on the next one.